We are respectful of the court's decision in all aspects. The BOA has rules which are not only recognized and understood by all Olympic athletes, but our bylaw has been in place for 16 years at their request and for their benefit. I have to say that it's a matter of regret that Dwain Chambers, an athlete with such undoubted talent and a winner of the European Youth Olympic Festival 100 meters as a young man, should by his own actions have put himself out of the running to shine on the Olympic stage in Beijing. However, on behalf of the athletes, the BOA will continue to send a powerful and important message that nobody found guilty of serious drug cheating offences should have the honour of wearing Team GB vests at the Olympic Games. The court's decision allows us now to focus on and support those athletes who will be travelling to Beijing to represent Team GB in just 21 days' time. We must now focus on their interests. Thank you very much.
The BOA, a short statement as he then makes his way through all of those photographers and away from the High Court, and the decision inside of the High Court going exactly the way the BOA would have hoped, with Colin Moynihan saying there, by his own actions he's put himself out of contention of the Beijing Olympics, and his contention that this was sending out a powerful and important message. Let's go back to the court.
We now consider the issue closed in Beijing and must all turn our focus to our final preparations with the athletes who will represent Great Britain. Thank you.
Well, that was UK athletics spokesman from them, but going back to what Colin Moynihan was saying there for the BOA, he was saying that no one found guilty of a serious drugs offence can have the honour of wearing a Team GB vest. That is what the conclusions of today's result actually means, and now for the BOA, they will be able to resume their focus on all of the other athletes who will be going to Beijing to compete, and to actually focus on their upcoming Olympics rather than Dwain Chambers. That, of course, leaves out the whole possibility of talk of an appeal, and perhaps we'll get an idea of that when Dwain Chambers' solicitor comes out, and perhaps with Dwain Chambers himself, because although we've had reaction from the BOA, we've yet to hear anything from the sprinter himself and his legal team, and any sort of indication of whether there is an appeal in the offing. But as it stands, that attempt by Dwain Chambers to overturn that Olympic ban, that has failed. And as it stands at the moment, Dwain Chambers is not going to Beijing as a result of not being able to get a suspension of that bylaw. A decision welcomed, you just heard it there from Colin Moynihan, welcomed by the British Olympic Association.
Yes, and we just heard from him there on the steps outside the High Court, and he outlined the powerful message, he said, that it sent, that serious drug cheating offences and those found guilty of them wouldn't have the honour of representing Great Britain at the Olympics, and at the Olympics in Beijing in this particular case. And he also talked about the certainty that there would be, albeit unless there is an appeal by Dwain Chambers, but that the certainty now for the rest of the team, for other Olympic athletes who've obviously been waiting to hear the result of this particular case, will now be able to go ahead as the team is finalised.